Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Welcome back to another beer review, another Cloudwater beer, courtesy of my man Gary. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing these. This is double dry hop Simcoe Vic Secret Pale, 5.5% pale ale. Says our second mid-strength pale double dry hop with Simcoe, Vic Secret, and Chinook. Increase the carapels and dextrin malt for richer mouthfeel. Fermented with WLP001 for a neutral yeast profile. Again, tons of info on this. The yeast, the aroma hops, bittering hops, malts, 5.5%, 440 milliliters, 14.4 ounces, I think that is. Yeah, Cloudwater, Manchester. This was canned on April 28th. So we are just over a month old. But this one, unlike the last one, we did the Northwest double IPA with Citra. This one says best before August of 2017. That one they only gave a month. This one they're giving 4 months. So now that I'm doing this, I'm realizing I probably should have drank this beer first before drinking that one, but we should be fine. I'm wondering with these hops if this is going to taste more like a West Coast style beer. We will see. The first beer I had from them was fantastic, so I'm expecting this to be really, really good too. It'll be fun to see what they do with the pale ale. But yeah, I probably should have drank this before I drank the double IPA, but it is what it is. It's not going to hurt anybody. And I can already smell that. This one's a much lighter color. This is like that lemonade color. This looks awesome in the glass too. Finger of bright white head, super, super sudsy. Fluffy, pillowy. It looks amazing in the glass. So let's go ahead and shove our nose in it. So this one smells like a basket of like blueberries. The blueberry and the mosaic is huge in this one for me. This does not smell like a 5.5% beer. It is crazy, the aromatics in this beer for being a low alcohol beer like that. There's an awesome dankness to it. It's like this killer like green kind of hoppy thing. It's earthy. It's like candied blueberry. Fuck, it smells so good. Again, I mean, 5.5%, you're not going to smell booze. You don't even, like, you don't get a lot of malts in this either. This is primarily it's like a juice bomb kind of a nose. Oh, it smells fantastic, so let's go ahead and taste it. Gary, cheers, sir. Thank you. I could absolutely chug this right now. That is one of the easiest drinking beers ever. Wow. It's a crusher for 5.5%. So I will say, just because the other beer is fresh in my mind, we just reviewed that like 15 minutes ago. This is a much more, and it's because of the style, much thinner, lighter mouthfeel of a beer. That other beer was crazy, like creamy, chewy. This is just kind of like that. It's not thin by any means, but you could chug this. Crazy. But for 5.5% for a pale ale, tons and tons of flavor on this one. It's like that dank kind of blueberry thing. But there's also like a tropical fruity kind of, I know I keep saying green when I'm referring to like hoppy. It's a green kind of like, it's almost like melons, like green melon. But there's a nice like earthiness to this. A nice amount of dankness. A good amount of like that kind of pithy bitterness. It doesn't linger at all on your tongue. It flies away as soon as you're done swallowing. I mean, it's 5.5%. You would expect that. This is a very dry beer, and so for the ABV, is this gonna fly away? I don't know why I got windy all of a sudden. It has not been windy all day. For the alcohol, I mean, again, it's a crusher. This is so good. Did I say? I thought it was mosaic. This tastes like berries. It's Simcoe. It's not mosaic, but it tastes like blueberries. That's funny. Crazy. It has that candied like berry thing. But even as this is warming, it's earthy, herbaceous, it's green, it's grassy. Even like a little bit of like kind of piney thing. If someone out here made like a pale ale like this, I think people would go nuts over it, because people on the West Coast are still kind of, I mean, unless you're a total beer geek, and there's plenty of them here. I mean, I tell these stories before. I'll go to like Modern Times, and someone will be drinking a hazy beer, and someone at the bar will be like, "What is that?" And the guy will be like, "Oh, it's a hoppy IPA." And why does it look like that? Why is it like that? People still aren't really, not everyone. The general public is not like onto that. Something like this, I think, would make a killing, because as this is warmed up in my hand even more, just talking, it's got that awesome like West Coasty kind of feel to it. The earthiness and the dankness and the little bit of bitterness. Yeah, I think people here would love this. It's fruity though. It is. It's got like this berry thing. What is that coming from? That's crazy. I think the Chinook is offering that kind of grassy, piney kind of a thing. Because all the old school West Coast beers they were all sea hopped. That's one of those. A lot of times I talk about with Simcoe, it gives like a caddy kind of a thing. I don't get that with this. This is more fruity than anything tropical. Really, really good. It's hard because we just drank that other beer that was fantastic. This is a really, really solid beer. But we're grading it as a 5.5% pale ale, right? So definitely an A beer for me, like probably 93, 94. Awesome, awesome stuff. But I should have paid more attention. I probably should have drank this one first. But another winner from Cloudwater. Double dry hop Simcoe Vic's Secret Pale. I wonder, like, it's funny, the names of these beers, they're basically just naming them after the hops that they're using. I don't know if all you other guys who drink Cloudwater who are watching this, do they have like regular names for their beers, or do they just kind of name them after whatever hops they're using? It's funny. That one was called Northeast Citra. This is called Double Dry Hop Simcoe Vic's Secret Pale Ale. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, Gary, thanks so much for sending these and sharing them. And if you guys have had it, leave a comment below, let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.